Hi, this is Vega here, and this is the update on the stat stacker. I've made a few improvements, made a bit of optimization here and there. I still have about probably 100 divines, but I did have about 200 yesterday. And I still have about 160 after I sell. I still have 180 after I sell my stuff. Sorry. So I still have stuff for sale, and yeah, there's probably room for a few more upgrades. But I think we're pushing the build to the point where there's not much optimization you can get out of it, unless you really want to think about stuff like 100% adorned with perfectly crafted magic jewels, yeah, then possibly you can say that there is room for improvement. And then Calandra's Touch with a perfect breach ring, that, yeah, then you can say there's room for improvement. But when it comes to like available power on the tree, I think we've kind of reached a certain plateau. It will take a while more before we get further improvements. So yeah, I'm gonna cover right now the changes and what the build does right now, and then just the DPS. So Tempest Flurry was about 110k when I showed the video yesterday, about there, around there. Now it's about 230. So what changed was I realized that the magic find on the chest is actually not ideal. You lose too much suffixes as a result. So I think this iteration of the build is to just get suffix efficiency as high as possible. So in this case, you want Res with attributes. That's like your number one. But when it comes to the socketed gems, I think 10% rarity is better than 5% all res. So yeah, so 50% rarity socketed in every socket, but all res instead of rarity for the chest itself. So when I did that, it freed up a lot of res refill res. I don't really have to have them on jewels, so I can actually start going for stuff like unique jewels. So this Megalomaniac here gives reinforced barrier and insightfulness. Reinforced barrier is kind of meh. I mean, it's not too bad. It gives 20% ES and some defend armor, but then the insightfulness gives you 6% int, so that's nice. This cost me about 10 divines. I don't think the guy knew whether or not it was good or not. He just put it for 10 and I bought it. And also this, so I've gotten from nothing, so this allows me to allocate nodes around a notable. The notable I've chosen is Iron Reflexes, so that allows me 2 more points here, so Bleeding Out and General Bindings. These two don't really give you anything, but what I've done is change the Against the Darkness jewel from resistance, because since I don't need it anymore, into 4% dex and 4% int. So my dex and int have gone up. Int is now at 1000 from 800, and dex has gone up from I think 500 to 780, I'm not too sure, around there. But yeah, with that, there's a very huge jump in attack speed. So I've gotten these notables as here as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total notables affected by this. Means you have 24% dex and 24% int. Pretty really insane amounts of stats from this. Also prefixes on implicits on the jewels, corrupted implicits. Some of them are still resistances because I do need a few. I'm going to phase out as much as lightning as possible to get like 75 and get as much int or dex or strength as possible. Yeah, but let me see, what was I going to talk about? Yeah, so yeah, int, yeah, I don't know why I stopped. Int, as much as int, dex and strength as possible on the jewel implicits for corruptions. That is the next, probably in the next update. I want to phase out all the lightning ones. So this is cool. Sorry, where is my lightning one? Yeah, I want to phase out this one, this last one. So I'll have lightning at maybe 89, and then yeah, optimize even more, pretty much. Get as much stats as possible. One thing I've discovered that's quite interesting is if you notice, I have some strength and dex nodes here. You need to hit your breakpoints, so I wasn't careful with that earlier. So you want to hit 780 exactly for dex. You want the combinations of stats that give you like as low as possible, like a nice round 10 for all your stats. So that generally gives you the most DPS. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I've taken out some of the defensive stuff, like well, I've taken out, not really I've taken out, I've experimented the defensive stuff here and experimented the defensive stuff here, but ultimately in the day, this is still worthwhile because you get this point, which gives you 10 per point. The rest are not so efficient, I feel. So yeah, I've left that out. Yeah, so the change update is that since I got, I'm not just stacking int only. I've seen this happen where a lot of people are just stacking only int, and then the dex is kind of neglected along with the strength. The funny thing is, like, Dex is actually probably just about as important as int, but until you hit attack breakpoints. So I think once you hit like 20 attacks per second, it feels like really smooth. So if you want to see how fast I travel across the map, let's start from here and then run all the way to the end of Savannah, and then we'll look at the boss. What was that? Oh. Yeah, alright. Yep. So that's the end of the map. And that's the reason why the maps clear so fast. As long as you have maps that don't have obstacles, you're just gonna run right through them like a hot knife through butter. And then stuff is gonna die as you go. Yeah, so definitely want as high as attack speed as possible. What else actually? I think sockets haven't really changed that much, although to some extent I don't really need the temporal chains here anymore because I don't have this, but I might add in the next level when I hit 96, yeah. Oh, change to Chayula, so I have actually dropped this, because I realized after a while I don't really deplete my ES that much, and if I do, I have pots. Usually I have enough pots that this really isn't required. So I've gone into this, and so I did consider at some point whether or not I wanted to go Gem Legionnaire, because for some a bit of consideration here and there was that I was looking at Gemling. I was like, Gemling does have so much bonuses from the stats itself. Isn't it like kind of worthwhile to just go Gemling, and maybe Chayula is not the ideal class for this? But then I realized that Chayula has one benefit that Gemling does not have, which is you can actually cap Chaos Res with only 2 rolls or something. Like so now I'm at 88, right? 85%. I just need boot rolls, right? I just need one boot roll with 20%, and like I think 10% from the quest, right? And 7% somewhere else. I can't remember where that somewhere else is. Oh wait, sorry, 7% here on the socket, and then like another probably jewel. I can't remember. But all in all, you need very little chaos rest to hit 85. So I actually think Chayula is the best now for stat stacking, because you take a lot of pressure off chaos suffixes, so you don't actually need chaos suffixes at all. Like you need some chaos suffixes, but not an insane amount, and you already kept chaos res. So yeah, I've unspec'd out of this one because I don't really need it. I can use my health pot, and then I've gone to here, and then whatever free suffixes I have, like for example, you look at the boot, it's strength and int on the suffix. I mean, I phased out Magic Find as well. I think Falgun talked about it, where Magic Find has a diminishing return to it. So I think Magic Find right now has gone from about 200% to 120. I don't really feel that is significantly different. So let's just leave it as 120 for now. And yeah. A bunch of defensive stuff changed as well. Since I've gotten more armor from the boot, and have some evasion and ES from here. My ES is now at 1000, evasion is now at 59%, and then armor's at 19. And then with the with this node, you have kind of a 20% more armor, I guess, or you defend with 20% more armor. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I actually changed this out mostly because a perfect one was on the market for 93 divines, so I pinged it for 93 divines, and then I sold mine for 90. So I got like 3 all stats for like 2 divines, 3 divines, sorry, kind of like that. But the main reason why I did that is because I had a pretty decent enchant enchant on the previous one, and I wanted a new one, and the new one was like a bit more expensive. So this requires 2 fear and 1 disgust, which is somewhere within the ballpark of like 2 divines, I think. And I was like, yeah, I might as well just buy a new one. So I bought this, sold the old one off, and it cost me 2 div difference. What I've realized is that because you're getting so much percentage increases from your gear, flat is actually kind of important. So I had this allocated before, which was sorry, not this one, this one, Blood Motion, but I've actually changed the beef because it just gives you more stats overall, and because strength is your lowest stat, you actually get more out of this, so you get more out of Jack of all trades, and then the 10% weapon damage is actually pretty decent. So yep. Nothing much else has changed, to be honest. It's pretty much the same tree. I did have some experimentation with Eternal Youth. I tried to drop it and put the 30 div or off flask, and I was like, kind of felt meh, and I didn't really I didn't really think like it was good. So, uh, I'm not sure if it works. I don't think it works actually. So, I have no idea why, but I'll have to rethink it. But at the same time, I don't think I have enough Flask effect for this to be like useful. So I went back to Eternal Youth and just a standard Flask, and I sold the Orof off. And then oh yeah, I got this. So, this dropped below 50 divines. I think I'm not sure what price is it right now. But I bought it at 40 divines. Let me just check. Melting Maelstrom Mana Flask. 67. Okay, it dipped for a while. Okay, and it dropped to 40. And I was like, well, I'm looking forward to having this flask anyway because I have capped chaos. And chaos is like 85, so this doesn't do anything at all in terms of damage. Maybe about 200 damage or 150 or something. And so I was like, I bought this for 40. And yeah, it basically, as long as I take massive hits, I just press this once and my mana's back to full. So I'm never really in any danger. And this is like insane recovery compared to like the previous mana flask. So, anything else? Maybe go back and touch on the links again. Maybe sockets as well. Do I want to touch on gear again? It's the same as the last video, but I guess not everyone sees the last video, right? So same, Pillar Cage God, attack speed, chaos, corruption implicit, enchant, and then socket with 2 attack speed jewels. Tree Dragon's the same, as high at elite res as possible. As high, well, spirit doesn't really matter because you need only like 20, so you know, like I have excess of 9, right? So you just need 20, just maybe as much all res as possible, and then socket in rarity. Chess is now attributes with elite res, with all socket for rarity. Rings are the same, no change. I may want to buy a Ring of Calandra because I have the currency for it. I'm just waiting for it to drop to 65, 70. That's why I think the right price point is. I honestly feel like not many people are going to use it because to run Ring of Calandras means that you either have too much disposable income, or you really have one really good ring, which I don't think most people do. But yeah, so I'll try a Ring of Calandra and see if like I can swap out one of these rings. But you know, I have to wait for it to drop to like 65, 70. This is the same as the last video, as high as possible on the attack speed and the flat lightning damage rolls. Rarity socket, as high as possible on the equip ring bonuses. Extra bonus if you can enchant, get a corruption implicit on this or corruption enchant on this. I might want to consider getting a increased bonus effect from equip rings to 90 something, but that's usually really expensive. This boot is 5 exalts. Here's the thing, okay? I thought movement speed actually affected the travel distance, but it does not. So maybe it was just a gut feel sort of thing where, you know, you feel something about you feel strongly about something, but actually that isn't the case. And then something I asked Waggle about, and he said no, it doesn't really make a difference. So yeah, when you drop the movement speed, like all the boots that don't have movement speed are super cheap. So I found this had like 100 ES, 300 armor, and this was like 5 or 10 exalts or something. So did I slam on anything? No, I didn't slam on anything. I just socketed it, gave it 20 quality, and then tried to corrupt it for extra socket or for like something else, like an implicit, and you know, I didn't get anything. So yep. All right, yeah, that's pretty much it. Double rarity charms, and yep, some of the pieces here that I bought may seem cheap. Okay, I'll give you an example, right? I bought this iron reflexes. I sniped this for 2 divines. There were 2 on the market for 2, and I pinged I pinged both of them actually. The first guy sold me, and the second guy relisted at 100 divs. So I don't know what's happening, to be honest. I just bought it from like the other guy, and so this was 2 divines, but I don't think you'll get this for 2 divines. In the same way for this one I bought for 10 divines, and I don't think you'll ever find a similar one for 10. Yeah, there are a bunch of really strong passives that, like for example, spaghettification, but you know, I think getting one's gonna be like extremely hard. Yeah. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this update. My next goal is probably to finish up all the different bosses. Just fight all of them, and then maybe do a bit, like, just expand all my currency and do as much optimization as possible. Might even buy a mirror for a ring, who knows. But once I'm done with this video, done with this build, I think I'm done with POE2 early access for now. Until, you know, the next League X, but then hopefully we get Act 4, right? That'll be cool. Alright, see you guys, I'm out, bye. I'll probably update the Maxroll too, yeah, not Maxroll, Mobalytics. I'll update the Mobalytics page and then paste it in the description. Alright, see you guys, I'm out, bye.